Wala script. Anyway, thank you, John. Thank you, everybody. Ako
Thank
din
you.
si Kuan. Ako din si Patskie na kanang pasensya na, napasubo lang. So, ano siya akong please. Nang sa gamayan. Last December 30, just a few days ago, was the birthday of my mother. And she turned 57 that day. Her name is Silveria, aka Biring. My mother is a public high school teacher and she's been at it even before I was born. She teaches Filipino and home economics. A little further back, last December 25, Christmas Day itself, I got home late for my family's Noche Buena. It was almost 2 a.m. So naturally, the holiday fun was over, or at least in our house it was. In fact, all of them, mother, father, and 2 sisters were already sleeping by the time I arrived. But like always, my mother woke up to open the door for me and prepared whatever was left from the Noche Buena, since I told her I had not eaten yet. Then, my mother accompanied me at the dining table while I was eating, all by myself, the glorious remnants of Christmas. I always have ambivalent feeling towards this supposedly joyful part of the year. It had never been joyful for me for some reason, ever. On the other hand, it has always been good to eat this time of the year, no matter how late, to be honest, neutralize the amount of alcohol I had taken in earlier. Also, mom's home-cooked meals are super awesome. So, while eating, the mother engaged me in a conversation about, well, what else, life in general, and annoying household stuff in particular. But since it was Christmas, this was also going to be the talk intended as a re-evaluation of my life so far. To talk things that you'd rather want to keep to yourself because ano, nag-away naman sa imong uyab. Basta pag yun ako, pag sinagtan na yun, said my mother. Ang imo di ay kwarto at ipausab ang pultahan, kay extend gamay ang kusina. Unya, niundang na ka sa iyong panigarilyo. Dili lagi na maayo nimo. Kung mao maginaplano sa Ginuudong, maayo ra po siguro para makafocus ka sa imong eskwela o trabaho. Things like that. Real but no dragons. I let her continue her litany. But when I noticed that she was about to cast an air of frustrations and make everything sadder than sad, I got to an argumentative, calm, defensive mode. This has constantly been how I end up talking with my mother. She talks gently, I argue fiercely, then she cries suddenly. True to formula, small tears rolled down that Christmas dawn. Don't get me wrong. Like everyone else, I love my mother very much. But she cries so easily, onion skin. She often cries during Mass homily. She cries hearing a neighbor's story that doesn't concern her at all. She cries when her students would misbehave and won't listen to her. Besides, my mother is not difficult to love at all. She is a gentle soul, caring, understanding, patient, honest, respectful, friendly, the works. Not a single dark bone in her as a person, teacher, sister, or neighbor. Sometimes it makes me wonder if I really came from her womb. Anyway, as a mother, pardon the cliche, she is the best there is. Even if she's got a full-time job, she, with the help of my father, takes care of everything in the house. You don't have to worry a thing. Back to my crying mother. She later apologized for crying in front of me and told me the reason for her outburst. Wa man gud kumihilap tungod sa imong gisulti, she said. Ngano man day ka? Kanumdum man gud ko ganina. Imong papa, iya kong yaw-yawan, dili na daw ko magluto-luto. Kapoy-kapoy lang daw ko. Makasamot daw sa akong diabetes. Dili ko na makadato. Alkansi pag daw kuno sa gas. Nganong ganahan man sad ka sige luto. Maura man gud ni akong lingodong. Dili biya ko mutanaw sa TV, sine, chismis ug ban pa diha. Malipay ra gud taon ko kung makaluto unya makakaon ng mga tao. Suma bitaw, gamay pa mo. Sige na biya ko luto. Nakatabang ko biya ni sa inyong pag-eskwela. Ako po taon tanawon, uy nga makaginansya, bisan gamay lang. Bitaw, was all I could say. Ako mga estudyante sa una, lipay ko para nila. Na ay mga bakery o restaurant. Nindot kaayo ilang negosyo. Ako in taon, nagtulo nilag sugod ana. Ako po biya ng pangandoy unta. Maka-bakery. Nahinay lang gud. Padong na pod gud ko mo retire. Kung mauna, nganong di man nimo padayon ng iyong pangandoy? Ibaw baya ka, wala man ko'y suporta. Kamo busy na mo tanan. Unya imong papa pa lang daan, imbes pasagdan na lang ko. Pirmi pa kong yaw-yawan sa akong pagluto. Grabe kayo maka-discourage. I have felt the pain of my mother from that moment on. And for the first time, I saw her in a different light. She's also a dreamer, like you and me. She wants to keep cooking, for the plain and simple reason that it brings her joy doing so. Funny that I used to have this notion, or maybe lack of it, as I hadn't given much thought about it before, that mothers are one-dimensional characters, whose only purpose in life is to attend to the needs of their husband and children. Alas, my mother has one thing that she is passionate about. One thing that keeps the deepest of her core stirred up. One thing that makes her truly happy. And one thing that makes her feel like a child with hope and dream. But similar to most of us, she is also trapped. Trapped under her present circumstances, whether of her own doing or not. Trapped, still the same, to the point that it sort of hinders her from pursuing her thing. Nevertheless, that Christmas conversation made me understand my mother more. As a person with traps and frustrations, and as well as a human being with undying dream. In that same conversation, I shared to her my own dream, traps and frustrations. She knew, somehow I guess, about it already, but it was the first time that we connected as kindred spirits. It was agreed that both of us should never give up on our respective dreams. So on her 57th birthday, on the 30th of December, I gave my mother a kitchen utensil called egg separator, which according to the label separates the egg white from the yolk, with a note on the gift wrapper saying, "Keep cooking with love." Thank you.
Heartwarming.